Quick little announcement before this video starts. I'll be hosting a $10 PayPal giveaway because I recently just hit 100 subscribers. So if you guys want to be entered in that, link will be in the description. Thank you guys and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? Boltz here, and as you guys can see from the title, I actually have left QsG. If anybody's checked out my channel in the last week and a half, you'll have noticed that I've completely rebranded, or not completely, I kept my logo the same because it's not really QsG related, but I've changed my name and my banner to Infinical. And the reason I left QsG is because honestly the amount of stuff that I had to go through, and almost always alone, aside from help from Sardonic, and that's pretty much it, just Sardonic. The whole time that I was in QsG, or leading QsG to say, we've had disrespectful members. A bunch of members have gone inactive without telling us, and we had no idea where they went. Nobody really had connections with them. They didn't have social medias and stuff. I've been contacted by other teams with harassment about my clan, how we're shit, and even threatening that people, like some people have threatened that they have started QsG before us, which is complete BS, because I did a full web search about I did a complete web search for QsG, Quad Strike Gaming, just to see if there really was any other team out there that really, challenged us, or if there was a team that actually already had a name. And I did this multiple times. Even after I started the clan, I continued to check, and slowly things started to pop up after we started up. And I honestly, that doesn't annoy me, but knowing that it's because of the team really pissed me off, honestly. If it was just targeted towards me, then that would have been fine, but like the whole team had to take a beat for it. Everybody that was in it always got looked down on because, quote unquote, we weren't the first QsG. So kind of was hard, really hard getting through, and we were strong for 1.5 years, 1.5 years. So also another thing that I really didn't like about QsG is just the overall player age. A lot of the members in QsG were around 10 to 12 years old, and for everybody that didn't know, I'm 14, so there's a big age group gap. Not a big one, but a couple years, and just these couple years are where a lot of knowledge and intelligence about social media and stuff comes in. So it's really hard for them to put out content. I don't blame them, obviously, but it kind of just made me annoyed that I was the only one really putting in effort. Obviously, Sardonic is a completely different story. He's 16 now. He's older than me, and he's a lot more dependable. He puts out content, which, if you guys haven't checked him out already, he has a YouTube and Instagram, which I will link down below. But like, I just couldn't take it anymore. It was getting on my nerves. So I decided, let me leave, start up a new team, Infinical, with new founders, and I asked a couple of loyal QsG members, which weren't the best, but they weren't the worst, especially some of the newer recruits like Boltz. Boltz is an exception because he posts on his own, and that's one of the requirements. We're gonna start getting people to at least post on one of the main social media platforms because, we need to grow somehow, and I can't be growing alone, and the clan's not putting in any effort. So it's like so much stress is put on me, and nobody's putting any effort. Obviously, there's the exceptions, which I'm not gonna keep saying, but you guys should have gotten the point by now. I had to post videos typically alone. Nobody really edited for me, stuff like that. But anyways, with the new team, we actually have made it a lot harder to join. Typically, it was just a tryout format that I came up with, which was working pretty good. Some people wouldn't make it, which means it's a decent because you know people will make it, some people won't. You don't want to make it super easy, so that worked out. But I didn't like it. It started to get annoying. It took forever. So with this new team, we're actually gonna be trying to make it harder to join by making RCs and stuff, recruitment challenges. If you guys don't know what RC means, we're gonna have a lot stricter rules, like rules out for members that join. A couple of them that I've already came up with the co-founders, which one is Sardonic and the other one I will talk about in a later video. Right now he's in a different team and I don't really want to expose him that he's trying to start another team while he's already in a team. He doesn't really like where he's at right now. I'm just not gonna say anything about him right now, but we've came up with a couple rules, and one being social media posts daily. So even though, or not daily, I mean weekly. So if I can't post on YouTube for whatever reason, then I'll be able to post on my Instagram. So it makes it easier on me, helps out the team growing wise, and honestly it's pretty efficient way of growing. So that's one thing, and obviously more dependable members will be recruited. So if I need to ask of somebody to do something for me, or if like obviously we're having an issue growing, maybe ask them to put a little bit more content out. That's what we're going to be looking for in traits for members and everybody that's already in it, because we've technically started it up, but at the same time we haven't. We're not completely done branding and coming up with ideas. So that's one thing we got to work on. But for now, we have, I would say, 4 or 5 members from QsG and not from QsG, and they've already agreed to some of the terms that we put on. We don't have everything sorted out, like I said. Overall, I think Infinical is going to be a lot more successful than QsG, because QsG was good. I loved being a part of it. We had a lot of people joining at one point, and that's another issue with QsG. People stopped wanting to join, and the people that wanted to join were super young. And honestly, I don't have a problem with younger kids, because everybody has to grow up, obviously, but you know, they're just not, they can't really provide much for the team. They can't post, they don't have many skills most of the time. They just know how to play the game. Sure, they can be good at playing the game, but what does that do for us? There's not many teams out there that really just look for good players. They also look for content creators and stuff, and I don't have anybody that's content creating for me. Soon that'll change with Infinical. We'll have a lot, or not a lot, but we'll have a sufficient amount of content creators. And honestly, I think overall Infinical is going to be more mature, and there are some people in QsG that I play with a lot, like Jax, that I actually gave leadership to, which I'm pretty sure he passed on, but that's not any more of my importance. Jax has been my friend for a couple years now, and I wouldn't even let him into Infinical because he was so young. He's 10 years old, and we're putting at least a minimal of 12, because that's when you really start using social media, is at 12. There are plenty of members in QsG I really wanted to recruit, but they were just too young in my opinion, and they wouldn't have provided much for the clan, which kind of sucks because a lot of them are trustworthy and I like them as people, which I will continue to play with. QsG's falling apart, so if you follow any of the QsG members, if you can somehow find their socials, I don't know their socials much, like at all, for most of the time, sorry. Tell them good luck with the clan, because I already told a lot of them, but a lot of them don't even message me. They haven't interacted with me in months. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this not really sad video, but different video of me just talking. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a lot different than what I typically do. I typically do, obviously, you know, the gaming video and stuff like that, but it's just been kind of hard leaving QsG. Obviously it wasn't too hard because there was too many things that were pushing me, but I put a lot of effort into that clan and now it's just gone. So hopefully this new team will bring up new ideas and new people that actually legitimately want to put in effort. So yeah, anyways guys, peace out.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.